Good morning, YouTube. It's me on the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, bodybuilding's in the books for the year for women. I mean, the last show for qualification for the Olympic for female bodybuilding has ended, and that is the Romania Musclefest. There was another show, which was the Big Man Weekend, but that show has been dropped. It's no longer on the list, or maybe they just don't have women's bodybuilding. I don't know. But anyway, for the pictures I saw and videos I saw, this was a good show. This was a strong line. This was, I think, the biggest line. Originally, it was 16 competitors. Then I saw later it was 17. They added one more lady. And that's one thing. Sometimes that's why I usually wait till usually Thursday. I did for when I talked about it, but the fact is, it's just. But anyway, it was a great show, and there was some surprises, and there was some, little disappointments, especially for some people I follow on, in the sport of bodybuilding. I thought they'd do a little better. As you know, this was the starting, I would say four. One person whose name I do not mention, she's not in this picture because, I don't really want to talk about too much. But these are the ladies who, I would say make the top five, but, just. So I'm going to talk about this top three. And we have here the lovely Miss AB, Miss Barreto from Brazil, and she looked pretty impressive. I mean, this is the second show she done. Actually her third show. No, wait a minute. Her fourth show, I believe. She did the one in Brazil, Portugal, this show, and Europa show last weekend. And she looked great. I mean, she's doing pretty good. She already qualified for the Olympia. And then we have her fellow countrywoman, Isma Zarito. If I got a name right, I'm saying Miss Isma. She, this was her bodybuilding debut. As you know, she did the Brazilian show and took second to Natalia Cuejo. And then turned around and come this show and did pretty good. And she was in the center. And I thought she was gonna. I had my thoughts. I thought for Preachers, I thought she was gonna win. And then we have the lovely Irene Anderson, who like I said again, I got to meet at Savannah. I'm just still at awe of her. And she come in here and she did pretty well. As you know, she took sixth at the at the Rising Phoenix, and that was like at least just a week or so ago. And I'm like, I'm looking at her points because she had 11 points. Because she did Savannah, and then she did this. Then she did the Rising show, this show, and I think she took. It was only 5 points for Savannah. Was it 4? I think it was 4 points. I think it was 4 or 5. I believe, and she didn't get enough points from the Savannah show. But I was looking, where was her points for Rising Phoenix? Because if I thought about it, she got 6th place. And that show was a 10-point show. It's kind of like the Arnold. It's a 10-point show. So even though, Andrea don't need the points because the fact she's already qualified, Mela and Michaela, who took second and third, don't need the points. I know Leah Denny got, 8 points for the show because the fact was she, got 3 from Atlanta. But she's not qualified for the Olympic this year because she only got 11 points. And we all know that Mona took 5th, which gave her 7 points, which give her 19 points, which does put her into the point qualifications position. And then with her, with Irene, she should have got 6 points. And then with this show here, it was, I think the show was I believe a 5-point show. I think it was 6 or 7 point show, and she should have got at least. Getting third, she would get at least 6 points. Because, and this shit gave her at least 20 to 22 points. 21 to 22 points, which get her in a space to qualify for the Olympia. But I don't know what's going on. I just don't understand it. But anyway, maybe we might see her next year. It's just, I wish her all the best of luck. Right here is a lady who I've follow on social media. We used to talk a bit on my old IG account. I hope we can talk back again. And there's Anastasia Kobaleva. And Kobalova. I'm trying to big Anastasia. And she got, I believe, 7th place. She has good amount of size. She is purely mass muscle. But I think what's hurting her is she might need to shave off a little bit of muscle and come in a little bit more conditioned. 7th place is good. And, she's done the Romania several times. And even though I told her she should have done the Europa show first, because that would give the judges critiques of what things she needs to improve on. I know, she's a Win Strength ambassador, and for people I talk to, these ambassadors have assigned shows to do. But she should have, went ahead and did that show in Europa first. There was only, I think, 8 women that show. She could have done pretty good. She might have got enough points where probably if she got into the top 2, top 3, it probably would get her Olympic qualification. This show, it's just, she's amazing. She has great physique, and she lives in Romania. Also, I'm here to say there's a little prejudice against Russian competitors. Anastasia Leonova is not competing. The fact is she can't get, a visa to come to the United States. As you know, she's a Win Strength ambassador. But maybe this mess over with Russia and Ukraine might clear up, and she might do. Or she can just move to another, country. Like I know most definitely there's a lady who competed at the show too, Victoria Kanish, who lives, I think, in the United Arab area where she doesn't live in Russia anymore. But also there's a return of a lady who's I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of lady, great physique, beautiful woman, and that is the lovely Jay Fuchs. I talked to her on social media, and she's ready to. And I think I told her also she should have done the Europa show first. Jay took 13th, and it's been 4 years since she last competed. Jay still looks great. But like I said, she is getting older. And sometimes it's hard to maintain that level of muscle when you get, because she's 51. I figured that birthday video for a while back. And, I did, yeah. And she looked great. I mean, I even saw her follow on social media. She posts videos. I even talked to a certain website, and, we know who it is. It's, she's on there. And she looked great. I I always love her physique. I think she should have should have the Europa show too. See how she did. See how she looked. Because the videos I saw for her, she looked good. She looked tight. But I think that's the thing. You should do a test show. Any competitor, you're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do this one show. No, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try. I know it's expensive the cost of doing a show, but try to do a show. Like especially it's the Europa was just a week ago. And then the next following week you do this show. It's just so close. But we can only hope. Maybe next year if she comes back, maybe she'll come here back to the States and compete again, or maybe do some shows overseas. So, congratulations to all the ladies at this show, and best of luck. Here we also have, this is the top 5 from the women's physique division, and we had the return of Luca Waduka, and this is her backyard, Romania. She's from Romania, and she did pretty good. She's pretty impressive. She did bodybuilding for a minute and crossed back over to women's physique, where I think it works for her. A lovely lady who I follow on social media, we just talked a good bit on my old account, is Manon Ben Jabbar, and she lives in Romania also. She's originally from, I believe, the Caribbean, I believe. She did an interview with AJ a while back. And she has a great physique. She did good. This is her pro debut. She turned pro, I think, 2018, 2019. And she did pretty good for a pro debut, taking second. It's just, if I feel like this, if Reduca wasn't in that show, she probably could have won it. I think she has a great look. She's very, I think what is the beauty of Black aesthetics. I think she does have, yes, she does. She is, she's either those, she has it. You can tell. It's about the beauty of women of color. It's just amazing about it. But she does have, some, Afro features that really give her a good advantage. I think she's doing pretty good. But maybe she might even switch over to women's bodybuilding. You never know. Also, we have Caroline Dos Santos, and she's already taking leads at points. This show taking 3rd. Then she took, I think, 4th at the Europa show. She's from Brazil, and Brazilians are doing pretty good. 2 of her country women are made top 2 in women's bodybuilding. Her over here. You got Natalia, who's going to the Olympia again, and she looks pretty good. I follow her on social media. There are videos about her. I like physique. I think she's just pretty impressive. So she has a good future. So also, as there was the amateur show, which was that Saturday, and this lady here, Amelia Bakova, I believe that's the name is. She did something. She won in both women's bodybuilding and women's physique, her pro card. And that's pretty amazing. If you look at her, I would say she's more of a physique competitor, but because there's not that many women in bodybuilding, overseas. And I remember I told some ladies who I had the interviews with, I said, hey, do this show in Romania. You could get your pro card. This chick, she wins both in women's physique, women's bodybuilding. But like I said, it's about time, money, place, like that. It's a spin sometimes. But hey, I'm telling you the truth. Some ladies, you missed a great opportunity. This could have been your qualification for a pro card or even in Olympic qualification. I know some ladies say they'll do the show, get the qualification, sign the paperwork, and then jump over and do the pro show, see how they do there. But congratulations to Amelia. We hope to see her more in the future. Maybe she might do bodybuilding. She might do physique. I think physique is probably better for her because of her size. Anyway, congratulations to Waluka Waduka. Waluka Waduka. Winning her second show and her also having an Olympic qualification. So we'll probably see her in the next 3 weeks because it's not that long. It's I'm saying we're already the second week of November, and we have maybe about 3.5 weeks till the Olympia. I mean, it's time's gonna fly, folks. Also, congratulations to Miss Barreto, Mrs. Barreto, that's her married name. This is turning around, doing pretty good. Taking second at the Brazil show. Then I think she was in top 3 at the Portugal. Then winning a Europa show, and then turn around winning this show. So she already got her Olympic qualification, and now she has wins another show, make a little money for herself. I mean, it's pretty good for her. Now, like I said, the season for women's bodybuilding it is done. There are no more shows for women's bodybuilding, and also next year it's going to be kind of really show. If you still have shows like the Romania Musclefest overseas, the Portugal Pro overseas, and also the Europa show, that's good for women's bodybuilding. But I think a lot of ladies would like to come here and compete in America. We'd love to see some of our women from overseas, from Europe and other countries come to America. I think they bring a potential muscle, great looks, great definition. But, like I said, there's no more shows for Olympic qualification. People like Anastasia, she has to wait the next year. And I think what she do, like she is a Win Strength ambassador, I would say, try to do at least a couple more shows. You can do the Portugal show, do the Europa show. And maybe if you can't, try to do a show in America. I mean, people love to see him come here and compete. I mean, I think you'll probably do well here than you do anyplace else. I think some people make comments about her, but like I said, I'm a big fan of her. I think she's a great lady. Like I said, we talk back and forth a bit on my old IG account. I hope we'll get back started again on my new account. I just wish y'all the best. All the ladies like Isma, she looks pretty good. I hope she sticks with bodybuilding because I think it fits for her. There's some couple other competitors. That one lady who competed at the Europa show as physique competitor switch over to women's bodybuilding. I know there's some people who I talked to say they don't like that these physique competitors coming over, but the fact is, it's the physique competitors that's fueling female bodybuilding. I mean, when we did my interview with Tanya Chartrand, how we talked about, some women need to consider going up. I mean, some people are afraid. As long as you win and doing comfortable in a division, you won't stay there. But physique is crowded. And there's a lot more room in women's bodybuilding. Even though this was 16 women at this show, 17 actually. I forgot to recount 17. There was nearly 30 women in women's physique. So, and there's some ladies I saw that had great potential. I know, have great potential for women's bodybuilding. It's just about working on their timing, working on the conditioning, bringing more size, and just make the decision to just feel like, what, I might as well move up to open because, like I said, it's crowded over here. I'm not doing too well. But even the ones that's doing well, but still have potential for bodybuilding, should go ahead and move up, see how they do. Anyway, like I said, it was a great show. Much respect to Lena Popa. I got, I'm still fanning out because I got to meet her a few months ago at Savannah. But like I said, she's put on a great show. And she's still an ambassador for women's bodybuilding. She's, like I said, she's the uncrowned Miss Olympia. I talked about this on my channel, how if they had gave her the title 8 years ago, I think Miss Olympia would have kept on going. But anyway, much respect to all these ladies represent themselves, their countries, represent bodybuilding. Like I said, bodybuilding has always had a good foot in the overseas, in Europe and other countries. It's still growing. But like I said, we would like to see more of our neighbors from across the pond come over here and do some more shows. Anyway, this is my Rachel's page, aka the Emperor Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.